to another edition of A Dose of Positive. In today's short and sweet segment, I'm going to share with you guys my black book. It's not what you guys think. Actually, this is really personal, and the goal of the short and sweet series is for you guys to get to know me on a really personal level. I wanted to do this video because I have so many friends and family and even acquaintances that I know that are so talented. They're so beautiful inside and out, and in interacting with them, I can tell that they do have some insecurities about themselves, and I relate to that. Everybody is human. Everybody has times where you feel a little bit down, where you feel like you're not in life where you want to be, you're not accomplishing what you want to, you reach dead ends, you don't know where to go, or just in general your momentum and your energy is low. And so I wanted to share with you guys what I have done to help boost myself when I do need that pick-me-up, and it's something that I can do. I don't have to rely on anyone else, and it does tie into this week's book of the month, which is The 5 Love Languages. Now, in reading that book, it became very clear to me quickly that my love language is definitely words of affirmation. I have always been a person that said if I can impact just one person, that's all I need. That's the momentum, that is the drive, that is the reason and the why behind me putting in so much time and effort in anything and everything that I do, and including this channel. If I know that I can impact just one person, it makes all of the time that it takes to shoot these videos, get pretty, edit them, and upload them worth it. And so I went with a friend of mine, my best friend actually, not too long ago, and we went to Ross and a couple of other places to find just kind of a basic black plain scrapbook. I didn't want it be something that really attracted a lot of attention, because to me this is kind of as personal as a diary. And in sharing this with you, I'm not in any way intending to be boastful at all. But in telling her what I was intending to do with this scrapbook, she actually was extremely supportive. She was like, Aubrey, that's not anything to be ashamed of. And really what it is, I know, first of all, disclaimer, I know there are several of my friends who are amazing at scrapbooking. I'm not the most artistic person, so that's not really the purpose behind this, but you can get, you know, you can have fun with it if you do decide to make one yourself. But basically what the scrapbook is are moments in my life just recently, but you can do some that are from, you know, middle school or high school or your college days or whatever eras and times, chapters in your life that you want to document. But this is just kind of in the past few years, and it is really just a collection of screen captures of people's comments on my Facebook, or inbox messages, or letters that they've mailed me, postcards, pictures of, you know, things that were monumental milestones for me in my life that when I see it means something to me. I've also added in here, because you guys all know I'm a huge quote fiend, just quotes that inspire me, that I really love and enjoy. Emails, I mean, just a whole bunch of different stuff in here. And kind of in tying in with the words of affirmation, these are all words that people have sent me to express, you know, how grateful they are for something that I've done that in some way has impacted them, and to me that means so much. So being able to, when I'm feeling a little bit low or a little bit down, or like I haven't accomplished much, sometimes it's good to look in the rearview mirror and really see how far you've come in life, you know, and what impact you have had in those moments of weakness where you feel like you haven't accomplished anything and that no one is on your side, or you just had a bad day, whatever it may be. You know, coming back to something like this and being able to read these words, it kind of refuels you, it re-energizes you, because you know that there are people out there who love you and support you unconditionally, and that you have made it a big impact. And another reason why I suggest doing this in kind of the different eras in your life is, and why I chose to do it for this particular era, is because I remember when I first graduated from high school, and again, this isn't intended to be boastful, but I was very, very involved in my school. They used to joke that I was on salary, I was on the payroll with the teachers, because there was nothing that went on that didn't involve me. And I was at the top of my game. Everyone knew who I was. I was, you know, a big person on campus and in that community. And when I graduated and went to college, nobody knew my name again. You know, so it was kind of like I was at ground zero, and I was so scared that I would never reach that pinnacle again, that I would never amount to as much as I did then, and that there wasn't much to to work towards or be hopeful for. And I actually want to give a huge shout out to Mr. Needs. He was my advisor for the student government when I was in high school. And a year after I'd started college, I really hadn't been involved at all on campus. I had like one leadership position. And I went back to Dubai, which is where I went to high school and middle school. And I happened to run into him, and he had asked me, I don't remember exactly verbatim, but some joke about, have you taken over the world yet? Which everyone always asks me. And I made some BS, response about how I wanted to focus on getting acclimated to the United States and this, that, and other, basically to cover up the fact that I wasn't involved at all at school. And I remember the disappointment in his face and his eyes, and even what he told me. And really what it was him saying, Aubrey, I know that you're better than this. I know that you can achieve greater than this, that this is not you, and this is, you're so much better. And so it was that was the shift in my life, that I went back to school and I quickly got involved. I want to give another shout out to Shannon McFadden. I happened to walk into the student government or SACA office, campus activities office, and Shannon McFadden ran that place. She lived in that place. And so I met the right person at the right time, and she helped introduce me to so many people, got me so involved on the Texas State University campus. And then that year I held 4 different officer positions. In the following year, which was my 3rd and final year at Texas State, I graduated early, I was president of 3 different organizations. One was the Public Relations Student Society of America. It was the largest organization in the School of Journalism and Mass Comm. I was also president of the Association for Women in Communications, which Derek Quackenbush, a huge shout out to her as well. She was my advisor for PRSSA and also talked me into starting the AWC chapter, and we broke records that year. And in the same year, I started the Student Event Planners Association, SEPA. And that's my baby, as all of you guys know, and I continue to be involved with SEPA, and we're growing exponentially. And so to kind of tie into all of that, I had a similar experience right when I graduated from Texas State, where again, I was on the top of my game. I would run into people in the halls and they were like, oh, you're Aubrey, you're the girl who's president of everything. And it was similar and reminiscent to when I was in high school. And I think when I graduated college and I started my career, I was back to ground zero, right? I was back to the basics, and having something like this, and knowing that I had accomplished something and I could do it again, that is instilled in me now because I made that happen. And I just want to let that be a lesson and an encouragement for other people, that if you feel like you've fallen off your game, that you're not where you want to be, or at the top or whatnot, just remember where you came from and what you have accomplished and the people you have impacted, because you're beautiful and you're talented and you can do so many amazing things if you set your mind to it. And don't get bogged down in the minutia of your current circumstances, because that does not define you. That is not you, and you are better than that. So just keep that in mind. I hope that this video inspired you guys. I hope that this is something that other people decide to do as well. I encourage it, and with that, I hope you guys have a great week. See you next week.